Hi, guys, and welcome back to Source Wisdom Podcast. Now, today's topic is going to be probably one of the most important topics that we can get into, and that is the topic of money. Now, I absolutely love this topic because being in the spiritual world, especially like for the majority of my life, or like since I've been a very young child, and then just society as a whole, it was so hard to form a good relationship with money. A relationship in a way that, like, did not just negatively program my creative field and just keep money from my life that I just couldn't get. And there's like two things to my journey with money where I had a lot and then like nothing, which before that was a soul contract and not something I programmed my creative field with. So today it's all about like how money truly is your birthright and actually your divine right, and just get into like the ins and outs of it and just like the energy of it. Because the thing is, money will change every single aspect of your life. Like, I promise you, once your relationship with money starts to change, like when your understanding comes in, when you have the ingredients, it's going to be an absolute game changer for you and your whole life. Because there's like your health, you have access to the best healers, to the best supplements, to the best food that your body just functions at 100%. Then you don't have to really get into fights with a partner, or you don't have to stress over money so much, because money is one of the biggest stress points in our lives. It truly is like one of the most stressful things in your life. And it is because your higher self wants you to master it. Like, you become so much happier. You can pursue your soul pull, your soul path when you have money, because you have the backing and it's a platform. And we'll go into all of that. So, really, the first thing I want to start on is like how most people will say that money is not a spiritual thing or not a source thing and everything. And that's actually the opposite of what is the truth, like the source truth. There is so much programming, especially for like high frequency light beings as you are, or just high conscious beings, that you shouldn't want. Like, you shouldn't desire money, you shouldn't desire that physical thing. That is not something you should have. Like, you should just be light and love and just exist from air itself. That you should just not desire because money is evil. Like, that money will change you. And we literally could go on and on about this. And in our course, Money Mastery, we literally give you the tools to rewire that, because it is so detrimental. But anyhow, let's get into like why money is one of the most spiritual things you can ever do. Money is an essential component to changing lives, to literally changing the world. Money is an essential component of that, and so many people are unaware of it. And I really want to emphasize that as an older soul, you came here to change the world, to change lives. Now, you're probably questioning, Mara, what are you saying that money is an essential component of changing lives when it literally is destroying the world? That is just a perception that they wanted to install in you for a very reason that you stay broke, to be honest, that you can't be free because money gives you a lot of freedom. It's literally is just a perception because you only see how bad money is, that I don't know how many, that just millionaires and billionaires just are exploding the world and are not doing any good. But the thing is, money in heart led really good souls, and you are one of them, that changes the whole world. Because what it boils kind of down to, money is an amplifier. Money will just amplify how amazing you are, how good you are. Because a good person, and what I mean like a high conscious being, is going to have money, and they will do the most incredible things with it. They are building lives, like they're building things that are going to change people's life. They don't just do this to have money. Like, if you have that desire, of course, that is something we should work on, which we do in our course. But the thing is, what it boils down to, why you desire money, really, it is because you're here to change lives. Your soul set that up with your higher self for you to be able to change lives. And with that, it also comes down when you have like the full source knowledge about money. You're going to give it away, like you're going to put it to circle it around with, put it out in the world, because that's what money desires. You're going to impact millions of people, and that is what we need. Everything else you see, like the negative things of the energy of money, is because that comes from fear-based people. Meaning, they're in a fear-based place. They think everything is a competition. Like, they think there are just limited resources, that not everyone could be rich or have millions. Which, by the way, your soul has a soul potential for money, an exact number that it came down here. So there's literally limitless resources for it, because every single soul came down here with a potential, and it's just about unlocking it. It literally is just about unlocking it and programming your creative field with the right ingredients to unlock it and align you with it. That's the only thing. Like, we need to release all of that fear-based stuff, because those fear-based people are going to hurt other people. They're going to exploit other people because they think they just need to hoard everything. They need to hoard money. They can't, or rather, they're going to monopolize just things so that no one else can have it. Because if you're not in a fear-based place, and we also get you there, don't worry. The thing is, you know exactly that there's no competition, because your soul set you up uniquely, exactly the way you should be for your soul pull. There's literally no competition. Every single person, there could be thousands of intuitive energy healers, but the soul clients I have still come to us at Liberating Light Healing, because both of our souls set us up the exact way the other souls need it. There's literally no competition, and we can go into this an hour long with the competition thing. But I want to really focus on money today, so let's get back to that. So it really boils down to if the person, like how their creative field is set up, are they being in a fear-based state or whatever, and then the core of you is going to be amplified. So yeah, high frequency stuff can be used for the wrong things in the wrong hands. We know that. We have 1,000 probably episodes about dark forces, like we know that. But in the hands of high frequency beings, it changes the whole game, it changes the whole world. I mean, you know that. And at the moment, maybe your brain is set up to just only see the negative, how money is evil and everything. And of course, there are like people in fear-based places, so like, or dark forces that even took like healing practices and everything and used them for the wrong reasons. Like they use them for evil, disgusting stuff. We know that. But, as I said, everything can be used in a good and negative way. So for you, that means, as you're a high frequency being, your goodness, like every single trait of you will be amplified and you will be able to have a huge impact on this world. Let's be real, deep down, even if you might not believe it yet, you know exactly that you're here for this. Because once again, money is just an amplifier, so whoever is building it, that's dependent on that, either if there's more goodness in the world or more dark force, absent of light stuff. So let's get back to how money helps you change lives. When you look at history, the right history, you see that literally no person, no group, no one, not even Christ himself, could do the impact they had without the money. Meaning to change lives, to like influence, like make the world better. That cannot be done without the financial backing. No one, if you intuitively look in, has ever been able to do this. This is why the source way, the more lives you change, the more wealth you will have. Because we all know you have a creative field, and just to say it again, your creative field is made up of your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and actions on a daily basis. It's your electromagnetic field. And if you have money programmed into it, it gives you the impact you need for your soul pull. And I know there will be probably 1,000 questions how you can do that when you get money from your soul pull. Don't worry, we will do that, everything set you up with inside of Money Mastery for you to really quantum leap, like just shorten the timeline for all of that. Because the source way, I'm just going to tell you, the higher path is not always the easy path, but it is the only way you can sustain money. You can actually have it in a long lasting way that is the source way, and just the way your soul desired it to. For example, for me, I think, oh my god, how old was I? In my early 20s. I already was making, I think, around like 7K a month or something. I was like 22, 23. And then I had a 6-figure job lined up, which I could which they would have given me instantly. But I just couldn't do it anymore. I was just like, I need to get on my soul pull. And yeah, there would have been ways, and there were a lot of reflections behind everything. But nonetheless, the thing was, then coming from that and literally not earning $1 for a year because my creative field was not set up. That's before me having a lot of money. Like, I've also inherited at that point a bit. All of that was done for me to actually get that I need to master money. It was a lesson for me to then, after that, not have it and just not earning anything and having to rely on that money, which wasn't fun. Which, in hindsight, of course, was just a lesson for me to learn how to master money, which I did now, and which money mastery literally came from both of us. Like, that has come from all of these lessons, which Soul really did well with that, and also my higher self, like, because the higher self set it up, like, really, really well done with that. So yeah. So I have experienced both ends, with literally barely being able to afford anything, barely being able to pay my bills and everything. And on the other hand, just like having abundance of money and just being able to travel and just pay everything and not have to look at my bank account ever. Like, I just knew there was enough in it, and there was enough. But that was a soul contract thing. Wasn't because I mastered money at that point. So, but as you see, because I had a lot of money there, I had the backing in my creative field to have an impact in where I literally, like, even where I started, I had that impact. I just radiated it because it was in my energy, and everyone felt that. So everyone listened to me. I literally was training the whole team and everything just because I had that backing. So circling back to, you have absolute control over people's life. Like, you have a massive impact on them just with your creative field, to be honest. Because you just being rooted in your stuff already influences anyone else outside of you. Like, the one who's rooted most to his emotion, to whatever, is going to influence all of the other people in the room. That is just a source scientific fact. And then, of course, your thoughts are also going to override someone else's thoughts. And yeah, that is a thing. That's why, like, we literally teach you how to protect your own thoughts inside of Dark Energy Mastery, to not take on everyone else's thoughts. But here in the prospect of money, when you're rooted to all of this, this is going to also help your clients, your students, whatever you do, because it has an impact. Your energy literally changes everything. Like, your creative field is the one script that, it's the script that writes your whole reality. So whatever is programmed into it determines how your reality looks like. And if you have that financial backing, you can change millions of lives. That is just a source fact. So it really comes down to if you're going to change the world, or if you will keep playing small, or not helping raise the consciousness, or like raise the frequency of the planet. Because if the answer is yes, that you're going to do this, it means your higher frequency, being an old soul. And with that comes a lot of wealth, because you're here to teach things, and that is in your own unique way and can be something completely different. But at the core thing is that you have a soul pull, a soul path, and that you're here to change the world in your own unique way, which we need to unlock. But that means you need to have a platform. That means it needs to be spread into the world. And that doesn't mean you have to do it on social media or anything, because your soul set you up with an own unique way, meaning it can literally be done on a podcast or just mouth to mouth. Whatever it is, it's your own unique soul way. It's your soul pull. You are literally here to do things that have never been done before, which means there's no way anyone else doesn't have the same way. Which is why you need the source tools and ingredients to unlock that and not follow someone else's strategy. Because I can tell you that won't work for you, and I've fallen into that trap way too many times before. But your soul set you up with everything. And yes, don't worry, inside of Money Mastery, we literally show you that you will recognize all of your literary soul gifts, like all of that, just your traits and everything, how you are made up. So, you can only have a platform if you have wealth, because that is going to allow people to really focus on you and they just feel you. The thing is, you can literally say not a single word, not world, wow, and people will feel you instantly. They know within a second if they will hire you, if they believe you, if you're rooted to yourself, if you're able to teach them whatever you want. Wealth gives you that, because we're programming those ingredients in your creative field. All of the people that have a lot of money, which aren't soul contracts or dark force stuffers, they know the power of wealth. I mean, look at just like spiritual things or like the church or something. They have like a considerable amount of wealth, which they could like literally give everyone something or anything. Like, there are so many millionaires and billionaires, and they know exactly that the more wealth they have, the more impact, the more power they have in the world, because it boils down to that. Money allows you to get your literally high conscious ideas, like your amazing ideas that will change people's life, out to the world, to the whole world, and not just like in your personal little bubble or space, but to the whole world. Like, for us at Liberating Light Healing, we know that we can't change the planet if we don't have the financial backing for it. And yeah, over our whole life, we know our soul's greatest potential, which we will not tell you. Like, that's not something you should be spreading ever. But the thing is, we know there will be, because we know we will be impacting millions of lives. To be honest, a lot more. And with that comes the financial backing for it during our whole life here on this, like in this lifetime. And if we won't be able to achieve that because we wouldn't have the source tools and ingredients, then we wouldn't have the impact we were meant to be, like we were meant to have here. That is just a source fact. Like, it ties together. You can't have one without the other. There needs to be a balance of it. And money is the amplifier for your soul pull, for your soul mission, for you to be able to change lives. So, yeah, the energy of money is very high frequency. It's not something that is going to drop your energy, that is going to, I don't know what else the society will tell you, or even other spiritual entrepreneurs or whatever. They will tell you money is evil and it will drop your consciousness, it will drop your frequency and everything else, and it's the exact opposite. That is just misinformation. Your birthright is to be wealthy. It literally is. It's a divine right at this moment in time for you to have everything you desire and to have the impact you're meant in this world. And you don't have to know it yet. Like, literally, that comes with time. It grows and grows. Like, liberating light healing will grow so much, and we don't even know yet in which ways. Like, there will be leaps and bounds and everything. The same goes for you, even if you're still employed, like in a 9 to 5, or if that will be always the case. But to have the impact you meant in that company, whatever you meant to maybe design something in there, or I don't know, create something, an idea, that you need the financial backing for it. Even in a 9 to 5, you need that. It doesn't matter where you're at, but what matters is what are you now doing with it. If you're understanding that money is just an amplifier. So you need to ask yourself, if you're here to better the world in some way or form, in your own unique way, you're going to need crazy amounts of wealth. And I mean crazy amounts of wealth. Because the more you have, the more lives you will change. It literally is what you can see. It's a mathematical formula, or like a scientific formula as well. It's one life and one, like, whatever the worth is, then money. If you have changed 1,000 lives, then you have the financial backing of that. It's, if you're here to change millions of lives, you're going to need crazy amounts of wealth. I mean, crazy amounts. Billions. Millions, billions. It depends on what your soul has its greatest potential in this lifetime, like what was set up. But if you're hearing this, it's at least millions, I can tell you that. You wouldn't be hearing this if it wasn't for you. So yeah, you need to ask yourself, do you want to start aligning with that? With the crazy amounts, with the unlimited wealth, literally, that is in the world. Or if you just want to keep continuing waiting, or let your fear-based thoughts just hold you back from actually having the wealth you're meant to be. Like, I also think that just such a beautiful thing. Your soul literally came here, has set up a whole plan for you to have millions. And yeah, it takes work to program it with the right ingredients, to, I don't know, to just keep on choosing the higher self path. But you wouldn't have this desire if it wasn't meant for you, if it wasn't a possibility for you. And I say possibility because you still need to make it happen, because you need to take the action to actually make it happen now. And that is literally the reason why we made Money Mastery, because we know all of you guys are here to make a big impact in your own unique way, like in your own amazing way that will change the world, that will change literally so many lives, and they need that. So that is why we made Money Mastery, for you to really shift the timelines in the fastest way possible, to quantum leap into that and program everything with it. So yeah, that is literally it. And money, like if you invest in something, you pay attention, you really focus on it, which is also reason we can go on that tension again, like the whole rabbit hole on why you should charge for your God-given gifts, like from source. Why you should charge for that, because otherwise you're putting your reputation, that's the word. You're bringing your own reputation and source's reputation in jeopardy if you don't charge for your things as well. That's probably another whole episode we could make. But yeah, so I really wanted to leave you with this, that money is not evil, money is an amplifier, and it's a high frequency thing, and you need that to be able to have the impact you're meant on this world, to truly have that. So if you're interested, as usual, we have all the links in the show notes, or you can just send us an email or just a DM if you still have questions on it or whatever. But I would love to see you in Money Mastery if that is aligned with you, and just see you literally win in this life and have the impact you're meant to have, and just flourish with money, because money is such a beautiful energy. If you really tune into it, it's such a beautiful high frequency energy. And of course, it's getting demonized, because that is their plan. That's everyone's plan, because they're in a fear-based state and don't want you to win, and they just have not the understanding of source when it comes to money. And that is why we have the lack in the world. But it isn't meant to be like this. It really isn't. As I said, money is your birthright. And yeah, I really want to leave you with that. So I would love to hear from you how you've found this episode, how it resonated with you. And see you next week for another episode on Source Wisdom Podcast. Have a lovely day.